Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's sneak peek into coaching. Today is actually Thursday, August 26th, and I know some people couldn't make it live today on the Zoom, so I am recording and will be happy to share this recording with you so you can listen to it at a time that is convenient. So let me share my screen for a moment. Bear with me one second. There we go. Still figuring out and trying to master all of these Zoom features, but I think I got it. So I wanted to start off today. I'm going to get to this later today because of being a Beachbody coach, I have made so many new wonderful friends over the past several years. And it's so interesting to me that the people I meet now see me as the person I am today, Carol Perlman, 2021, and they don't necessarily know my journey. They don't necessarily know where I've been and who I've been in the past and where I was 7 years ago when Beachbody first came into my life. So I wanted to start there with the story of how I got started with all of this and how I first got introduced to the company. And then I'm going to get to my pretty slides and tell you a little bit more about what it really means to be a coach, why it means so much to me. I think if you know me, you know how much I just love this job, and I'm so honored to have this job and play a role in other people's health and fitness journey. And I just truly, truly love it. I cannot imagine not having it in my life. And so I'm going to go into more about really what it means to be a coach, what I do day in and day out, and why I think it's so amazing and sort of how it works. Because I want you to think, is this something that maybe you would love as well? And if you would love it, then, let's chat. And I know in the beginning, it can be hard to think about what would this mean for me? And what kind of coach would I be? And how would this fit into my life? Most people are going to say my life is so busy. I don't know how I would fit it in. I mean, is anyone really sitting around twiddling their thumbs thinking, I've got all this time in my hands. What should I do? I don't think so. Maybe some empty nesters are going through that a little bit, but I know most people are busy and have a lot in their life. And so time constraints is definitely a concern. And so I'm going to talk a little bit more about that. But I want to just get you thinking, is this something that you would love and that would be really fulfilling for you? And if so, let's chat. No obligation whatsoever. I'm always happy to chat and just kind of sketch out and paint the picture for you. What would this mean for you day in and day out? Kind of on the small level, and then in the big scale, what could this mean for your life? How could this one decision to become a coach, change your life? Because I can tell you that this one simple decision, which I'm going to talk about, yeah, sure, sign me up as that, literally changed my life. And so I would love to hear from you, and I would love to have a conversation and just think about what this can mean for you. But let me back up and go back to the beginning. Most of you, if you're watching this, you probably know me, but if not, I'm Carol, obviously, and I'm a psychologist and a married mom of 2 boys, Jack and Tyler, who are now 12 and 15, and I live in a suburb outside of Boston. And I was first introduced to Beachbody, I can't believe it was November 2014, so it's 7 years ago now. And at the time, my boys were 5 and 8, and I was working in private practice as a psychologist, going into my 9th year there. And I had always believed that lifestyle, diet, and exercise were really important for overall wellness and to psychological well-being. And in fact, I showed up to my graduate school program at the age of, I think I was 22, this little eager beaver. And I had all these ideas about research I wanted to do on carbohydrates and the impact on mood. And I went on to study that. So way back when, so many years ago, almost 30 years ago now, I was still thinking about these things. These connections were so important to me. And of course, who could have imagined that I would go on and have the career that I do now? But I had been working in a traditional role as a psychologist and was really wanting to come back to this area that I had been so passionate about long ago and really just lived in my heart. And I wasn't sure how I could pivot my practice and do more of this work. Meanwhile, on the home front, I was having a really hard time practicing what I preach. I remember telling others that I just couldn't stop picking at my kids' food, the mac and cheese, the chicken nuggets, the grilled cheese crust, and exercise. Forget it. I mean, how did other moms find time to exercise? I really had no idea. I couldn't imagine fitting one more thing into my day. And then one day I'm scrolling through Facebook, and my childhood friend Lisa started talking about this program she was doing, and she was getting really great results. She was losing weight, and she no longer felt like she wanted to live in her yoga pants. And I was like, hello, you had me at yoga pants, because that was my life, wearing those like bell bottom, flared leg yoga pants and my dance go clogs, and because nothing fit and nothing was comfortable. So I reached out to her, and I didn't even really ask any questions. I just said, sign me up. I had known her for so long, and I trusted her. And I said, if it's good for you, it'll be good for me. I'll do whatever you're doing. Well, this program was the 21-day fix that had just launched, I think, the year before. And as we were going through the sign up process, she told me, you can sign up as a customer, or there's this opportunity to sign up as a coach if you want to help other people like me. And I said to her, without even analyzing it, I was like, you know what? Sign me up that way. That definitely sounds like something that I would like to do. It was very aligned with my work already. And I just had a feeling it was something I would like. And I thought maybe this was the solution that I was looking for. And maybe this was how I could do health coaching. And this could be a platform for the message that I wanted to share with others. But I first needed to have my own experience with the program. So I joined Lisa's challenge group, her private Facebook group, and she had an amazing group of women in there. And many of them were a few steps ahead of me. So they had been following the program for longer. They'd already figured out how to work exercise into their day-to-day life. And so I would see them post these workout selfies, and I'd be in bed and kind of scrolling on my phone, and I would see one of their selfies come up, and I'd be like, all right, if they can get up and get out of bed and do it, so can you. Get yourself up and do it. And it was really because of them, because I saw these other women getting the workout done and thinking, if they can do it, I can do it. And that is what got me started. So little by little, I started to put the pieces together. I tried Shakeology, and I started working on my workouts and getting those in on a daily basis. I followed the 21-day fixed eating plan. I learned all about those little containers. And, I thought I knew a lot about nutrition, and I thought I ate healthy. But come to find out, I had a lot to learn, or I had a lot to implement, regardless of what I knew intellectually. I had a ways to go in implementing better habits. And so because of Lisa and because of this group, I really learned to work on it over a couple of months. I slowly put the pieces together. And several months later, I was feeling like a new person. My energy was so much better. Oh my God. I used to have these energy crashes, 3 p.m. I would fall asleep in my bed, and I would look at the clock and think, oh my God, how am I going to get through the whole afternoon and the whole evening with my kids? I just had this terrible lethargy and fatigue. And it went away. As I started taking better care of myself, as I started eating better, as I started working out, it went away. I lost weight. My clothes are fitting again. I wasn't limited to just my yoga pants. And I just started to feel more positive about everything. So I decided that I was ready to try this coaching thing. And my friend Lisa introduced me to her mentor, who was Lisa Hansen, who was one of the most unbelievable people I've ever met in my life. And I'm just beyond grateful that I happened to get paired up with her as a mentor. And she taught me everything I needed to know about coaching, and a whole lot I needed to know about myself, to be a positive person, and really cultivate the belief that I can do whatever I set out to do. I can make these goals happen. And so over the past 7 years, coaching has really completely changed my life. As I mentioned, I've met and reconnected with so many different people from different chapters of my life, and met so many wonderful people all around the world. I'm part of a team, part of Team Arise. It's an incredible group of women who you see here on the screen, although this is really just a little snippet from one of our retreats. There are thousands of coaches on our team. And, I didn't realize, having worked independently as a psychologist for so many years, I was lonely. And I was really craving this community, craving working together with people, collaborating, and being a part of something that was bigger than just me. And so I really embraced the idea of being part of a team, getting to know other people, working together. And that's the coolest thing about these teams, is that there's such collaboration. I could reach out to any one of them and say, hey, I'm working on this month. Do you want to partner with me, and we'll do it together? And that goes on all the time. We share information, we share content, we share resources. When one person succeeds, everybody succeeds. We are in no way a threat to each other. It's all support and collaboration. So Lisa Hansen told me early on in my coach days, she told me about this thing called Coach Summit, which is an annual event where coaches gather in one location, and it's a way to celebrate all of the hard work that we've done over the course of the year. The corporate corporate members disclose or release information about new products and new programs, and it's so exciting and it's just so grand. I never could have imagined something like this. The first year as a coach, Lisa couldn't go for some reason, and so she and I were home. I think it was a Saturday night, and we were watching the live stream of this big celebration event in a stadium, in a football stadium. Maybe it was in New Orleans, I forget. And I was just blown away. And I saw some of our team leaders walking across the stage, in front of 25,000 people receiving awards because of all of their work and all the people they had helped. And I was just like, I need to be there. I need to achieve a level of my business. So I deserve to be there. And one day I want to walk across that stage as well. And so the next year I went in person, and I'd never been to anything like this. Sure, I've been to conferences, psychology conferences, but it does not compare. The grand scale, the hype, the magnitude of this, just being with so many people who speak the same language and share the same passion that I do for helping people with their health and fitness. It's just really life changing. Um, and there's one moment from Summit. They do this every year, and there is one moment that is really just imprinted on my brain. And so during Summit, part of the time we're in these big stadiums with big groups, and then part of the time we're in breakout sessions in the convention hall. So breakout is really relative, because you might think in a hotel for a normal conference, breakout might be like 25 people. So still, at a conference of this magnitude, even a breakout session has, I don't know, probably thousands of people in there. And so they do this thing where they ask people to stand up. If you've lost 5 pounds, stand up, and a whole bunch of people in the room stand up. If you've lost 10 pounds, stand up. More people stand up. I'm sorry. Yeah, they ask you to stand up. Yeah, keep standing. If you've lost 10 pounds, stand up. If you lost 20 pounds, stand up. And so little by little, some people start to sit down, and then they get to 100 pounds. Stand up if you've lost 100 pounds. And you look around the room, and there are all these people who have lost 100 pounds because of Beachbody programs, and they ask them to come to the stage, and you see people running down the aisles like Price is Right style, like dancing and celebrating and waving their arms, and the biggest smile on their face that you could imagine, because of the pride and the joy that they feel for achieving such an incredible accomplishment. Losing 100 pounds is life altering. That is buying your health back. That is eliminating health problems, probably getting off medications, decreasing risk for all sorts of complications, and then feeling better in your life, being able to move more comfortably, do activities that you couldn't do, participate in life in ways that you couldn't. It's just really life changing. And so they would interview, the maybe 20 people, 15 or 20 people who would come up on the stage, and they ask the same question: how did you get started on this journey? And they all say one thing: so and so reached out their hand and asked me to join them. It was either a friend, a cousin, a family member, a coworker, someone. Someone reached out to them and said, "Hey, I'm doing this program. Would you like to do it with me?" And because of that one invitation, because of that one extension of someone's hand, these people's lives were changed. And that is what coaching is all about. Which again, I'll get into more, but that moment is just imprinted in my brain. It is so powerful that one person can have such an effect on another by simply saying, "I'm doing this program. Do you want to do it with me?" So, over the years, my vision for my business really started to expand. I always wanted to work one-on-one with people and help individuals make changes for their life and be part of that transformation. But I also started to see that Beachbody was a way to create maximum meaning in my own life, that it was a way out of financial uncertainty, being self-employed. Actually, both my husband and I were self-employed at the time. And that comes with a lot of uncertainty. And becoming a Beachbody coach made me realize that I can take control, that I can earn as much as I want. And depending on how much effort I put in, I can get the income that I need. If I want to give myself a raise, I can put in more hours, I can earn more. If I want to have a massive impact, instead of just meeting with maybe 20, 30 people a week, if I want to have a massive impact on hundreds and thousands of people across the world, I can do that. And so Beachbody taught me to dream, to think about how to design my life exactly how I want it, and to believe that I can do that, and then go take action and make it happen. I've had this dream, you may have seen or heard me talk about it, but I had this dream of owning a beach house on Cape Cod. And for years, it just felt like a dream. I saw other people do it. I saw other families do it. And it just felt like, well, that's great for them. I'm never going to have this in my life. And now I see that I can make that dream a reality, and I will. And as long as I put the work in little by little, I'm saving for it. And I know that I will make that dream a reality. As coaches, one of the most important things we're taught is to work on ourselves, to work on our personal development. It's a huge part of being a coach. And so I've learned so many skills for time management, for maintaining a positive mindset, leadership, goal setting. I mean, I have really transformed the climate in my head and the outlook that I have on life. And it has really changed who I am and how I see my whole life. So the person, for those of you who have met me in the past year, the person you're meeting now is so far from that person that I was in 2014. And this is the gift that I hope to give others, to be part of this transformation for other people through the role of coaching. So there you have it. That's my story of the past 7 years of my journey to becoming a coach. And let me now turn to my slides and tell you a little bit more about what it actually means to be a coach. So let's see. Yeah, coaching, it's really a very simple job. The job of a coach is to help others improve their health, which is then going to go on and help them improve their happiness with themselves and their happiness with their life. It's one singular mission. And the way we achieve it is just through a few steps that you have to repeat every day over time for a long period of time. I can't do this presentation without showing you my coaches and the leaders who have really helped me get to where I am. I mentioned Lisa Hansen, who is my mentor. Again, the greatest gift to me. She's a holistic health practitioner. She owned her own holistic health center for many, many years. And Beachbody fell into her lap as well. And she ended up closing her center, and she's been a full-time coach for 11 years. She's a member of the Beachbody Millionaire Club, which means that over the course of time, she's made over $1 million through Beachbody. And she's just incredible. So simply by signing up to be a coach, I was assigned to her as my mentor, and she's become a dear friend of mine. A lot of things, a leader, a spiritual leader, a therapist at times, a guide, a resource. She has been my everything, teaching me who I am, how to become who I am today, and how to lead as a coach. And Rose is another leader on my team. She was a former athletic trainer working a bazillion hours, like terrible, terrible long hours over the weekend, over holidays, over breaks. And she just wanted a way out. She wanted a better life. She wanted a more realistic lifestyle. And she got that. Through her success with coaching, she was able to retire from her athletic trainer job. She now coaches full time. She has a cute little 2-year-old, and she's been a coach for 7 years. And she's also a 6-figure earner with Beachbody. This is just a snapshot. I mean, if I had profiles of all the people on my team, you would see there's so many different people from different walks of life, different ages, different careers, and it doesn't matter. You don't need to know a single thing about coaching. You just have to be willing to learn. And the great thing is that when you sign up, you instantly get a mentor. In fact, you get a whole team of mentors, and we all teach you everything that you need to know to become a coach. All right. Oops. Go back one. So what is being a health and fitness influencer all about? Like I said, it's a really simple business model, and it's all about working on yourself first, making sure you take care of your own health and working on your own health habits, using the products and the programs that Beachbody provides, and then sharing that with others, sharing the journey, sharing your process, the ins, the outs, and inviting other people to join you along the way. We have to be invested in getting other people results. So as I explain it to the people who sign up with me, you inherit me as your one-on-one coach. I'm here for you. I will text you every day. We can set up phone calls. We can get together. We can meet for coffee. My most favorite thing is to go for walks together. We can talk habits as well as walking. And I am there to hold your hand, to hold my customer's hand and help them learn these new habits until they become automatic. This is a picture from our team retreat. Gosh, this was 2020. This was January 2020, right before COVID hit. And again, this is just a small sample of our group. We usually have, this was about 20 people staying over in a house in New Jersey. We have more people coming for the day. And again, that's just a small sample. Our team is so huge, so huge right now. And so what we do is we provide the total solution. We provide everything that a person needs to be successful in their health and fitness journey. We provide fitness programs. So fitness programs that you can do at home. You don't have to worry about getting to a gym. You don't have to worry about the germs at a gym. It is so easy. 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30-minute, 40-minute workout you can easily do at home. And they're always coming out with new programs. So there's something for everyone. We have nutrition programs that teach people all about nutrition, how to eat. You know, one of the things I used to say was, I wish someone would just follow me around all day long and tell me what to eat. As much as I thought I knew, I still wish someone would follow me around and tell me what to eat. And the Beachbody nutrition programs have basically done that. They've given me the scaffolding and the structure to teach me how to eat every meal, day in, day out, any kind of situation. And so in turn, I teach those same nutrition programs to other people. I don't come up with them. I'm not a nutrition expert. I know a heck of a lot, but I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not a personal trainer. Beachbody hires those people and puts the programs together, and I teach them how do you implement these programs and these habits day in and day out when life is crazy busy. So by Total Solution, we have the nutrition products, we have the nutrition programs, we have workouts, and we have community, and we have coaches. We have coaches who hold your hand, who teach you, one-on-one. We have community who supports you, whether it's through a Facebook group, whether it's through in-person events. We surround each other, which makes it so much easier to work on these habits and make changes. So our physical results, or our results, both physical and emotional, are a big part of growing our business. So as I mentioned, we are taught, number one, take care of yourself, follow the programs, work on yourself, get your own results. And then that is really what's inspiring to other people, to let them show them what is possible. This is one of my teammates, Lisa. This was a 21-day reset program that she had done. And this, I think I saw this maybe 4 years in, maybe 4 or 5 years in. I had seen many people on my team do this program, and quite honestly, I was terrified of it, but I wasn't sure I could do it. I didn't have the confidence that I could be so committed and so disciplined, but I saw Lisa's pictures time and again. And I said, you know what? She's a busy mom. She's a teacher. She has 3 little kids. If Lisa can do it, I can do it. And I want those results as well. And it was honestly seeing her results that motivated and compelled me to take on the challenge of doing this program. And it was just incredible. It was really a transformative program for me. I got amazing results. And you know what? Yeah, I went in there wanting to lose weight. I wanted my clothes to feel more comfortable. I didn't really have high cholesterol, but my triglycerides were high, and I was mortified when I went to the doctor. And my doctor told me that I needed to get those down. I'd never had a doctor tell me that before. And I was just blown away through this 21-day program. I lowered my cholesterol 30 points, and I lowered those triglycerides 97 points. I lost 6 pounds and 6 inches. I stayed with my good, healthy habits. And by 4 weeks later, I lost 11 pounds. And I just couldn't believe the place that I was able to get. And I really owe it all to Lisa and others on my team who were courageous enough to do the program before me and show me what is possible. And this is how coaching goes. And so that is why I share my story, as much as it's sometimes hard to be vulnerable. You won't see me showing myself in a sports bra and workout pants, but I share as much of my journey as I can to help others see that it is possible. I am busy. I have 2 kids. I work, I actually have a lot of different jobs. And I make it all happen. And so if I can do it, I want others to know that they can do it too. So a lot of people have this fear, and I definitely had this too. It was something I had to work through. Can I be a coach if I'm not at my ideal weight? Well, let me tell you, going back to Beachbody Summit, a convention center, a stadium of 25,000 different people, all shapes, all sizes, all body types. You do not have to be in perfect shape to be a coach. You just have to be willing to work on yourself and share the journey with others. This was Lisa's before picture. This was when she, I think this was early on in her coaching career. And then this is her after picture after doing some of her earlier programs. And these are my before and afters. When I started, this was my picture. This was Thanksgiving 2014, right when I started. I was not at my ideal weight. As I mentioned, I was feeling terrible in my clothes. All I wanted to do was live in my yoga pants. But I just started working on myself and then sharing my journey and getting myself results. This was a promotion that I shared in 2019, showing this journey in 4 years. But wow, the story changed even more 3 years later. This orange picture is from me, 2021. And I just continued to work on myself and improve my health, my fitness, and that's how it goes. So you do not have to be at your after picture. Most people are not at their after picture. There's somewhere, there's a before, and you just work on creating your own story, your own journey, and sharing it. And you do not have to be perfect, and you do not have to be where you want to be. So another question that people often have is, do I need to quit my current job? Definitely not. You can make this business, and this is the really cool thing about it, you can make it whatever you want it to be. If you want to do it just a little thing on the side because it's fun and it feels good, we call that being a hobby coach. If you want to invest a little bit more or a lot more, kind of like me, I'm a part-time coach. I also have another job. Or you can go all in, quit your job, or if you don't have a job, just go all in and work full-time hours and become a full-time coach. And it's a really simple formula. The more time you put in, the more you get out of it. Beachbody doesn't guarantee any income. It is all a function of the time and effort that you put in your own personal skill. So the more you want out of it, the more you got to put into it. And it is totally up to you to make this as small or as big as you want it to be. Spell this around a little bit. Another concern that people often have, which I've talked about, is I'm too busy already. How am I going to find enough time to take on something else? Well, this picture at the top was early on in coaching. I forget exactly what year that was, but I think Jack is in 5th grade there. So he was probably around 10. So this was maybe 2 years into coaching. My kids were smaller, and on the bottom, this is us now. So of course now it's easier than it was then as my kids are older. But there's this great saying that says, we make time for the things that are important to us. And so if you decide that this is something you want to do, you'll learn the skills for making the time, for rearranging things, for becoming more efficient, so that you can make this possible for yourself. In fact, time management is one of the biggest skills that people learn by being a coach. And they find that you can be really efficient. You can put in, a smaller amount of time, just work really smart throughout the day, be really intentional with your time, and you can make it happen. If you follow me on social media, you know that time management is my thing. And that's what I love to study. I love to work on it for myself, and I love to teach others. And the better you are with time management, the easier it is to find time for coaching. But you don't have to start out with those skills. You learn them. And this is actually one of the really cool things about being a coach. I have learned and worked on so many skills. And I love that. I find that invigorating. I find that energizing. And that's one of the things I've really loved is learning new skills. I didn't know anything about social media. I didn't know anything about marketing. I didn't know anything about sales. And I've learned whatever I needed to know. I've learned, and my mentors have taught me. Which is sort of related to this question here. I'm not a salesperson. Would this work for me? I'm not a salesperson either. I'm just little me. I'm a psychologist. And so we're really more of a share person rather than a salesperson. Our primary responsibility is to just share what we do day in and day out and show other people what is possible. And yes, there are some techniques that you learn along the way for selling, but we will teach you everything that you need to know. You do not need to have a sales background. This is just me, in my psychologist role, just applying what I know and sharing with others. So I had to include this picture on the bottom. I'm not in this picture. This is a picture I saw before I joined Team Arise. And I remember looking at this picture and thinking, oh my gosh, that just looks phenomenal. I want to be part of that. Like I said, I was working independently. I was a sole proprietor. I was really lonely, and I had friends in my life, sure, but I hadn't been part of something bigger, probably like since sorority days in college. I did work for a hospital earlier on in my career, but it was pretty short-lived. I'm now back in the hospital, but at the time I was just feeling really lonely. And seeing this picture just really made me acknowledge what I was needing in my life, that I wanted this community, I wanted this friendship, I wanted the collaboration. And I got it. And I got it. And it's available. Our team is open. You know, our arms are open for anyone who is ready to join. So how can you create a part or full-time income? So I'm not going to go into all the detail here, but I just wanted to show you what is possible, a little bit behind the scenes. Of course, I would teach you all of this as a coach, but we earn income in a couple of different ways. We earn commission when we sell products and programs. We earn a 25% commission from our customers. We get team bonuses, which is another computation. So based on our sales volume, we get extra bonuses. And once you get to a certain rank, the company actually matches your bonus, and you kind of get free money for earning the money that you made. And then there are all sorts of leadership bonuses. So we use a ranking. Diamond is one of the first big ranks, and then there's 2-star diamond, 5-star, 10-star, and you get all these leadership bonuses for reaching these different ranks. We get commissions when people subscribe to Beachbody On Demand. We earn a commission. And we earn trip opportunities just by doing our job, by helping other people become healthy and live happier lives. We earn the opportunity to go on these amazing trips. We also have the opportunity to be part of test groups. So Beachbody is always creating new programs, new workout programs, and we have the opportunity to get in early on, be part of the test program, work with the trainers early on. And then there are always monthly prizes based on sales and how many people that you help. And really the goal is just helping 3 people a month. You help 3 people a month. That's a really solid benchmark. And there are prizes for that every month. Again, I would teach you everything you need to know about all of this, but this is just a snapshot of how do you earn money through this business. And you are never alone, never ever alone. Our company is constantly providing training. Our team is constantly creating content. As I mentioned, we share it. One person creates one set of content, they share it with everyone else. We have a guide that we send out to all of our new coaches. We work on this together. There's always collaboration. There's endless resources on the Team Beachbody website for coaches. You can always go there and look things up. And then we have a private Facebook page for our group. You can always go there and ask questions. People are willing to help. You are never alone. You are never left high and dry trying to figure things out on your own. And here you have it. So this is a picture. I really tried to capture what Summit is all about. You know, this is a picture of the stadium in New Orleans. I think this was, what is it, the New Orleans Saints, the football stadium. It's just breathtaking. You know, the experience. I cannot wait. You know, these past 2 years have been virtual and they've done a great job, but I cannot wait for us to be live again and to be back in a stadium with all these people who share this passion as I do. And, you know, I had to show you the friends that I've made. I can't imagine my life without these people in it. They're all over the country, from Wisconsin to New Jersey to North Carolina to Western Massachusetts. And we work together all day long behind the scenes on social media, text, call, you know, all sorts of collaboration. And I just can't imagine not having them in my life. This picture down here was from the first retreat I went to. I think that was 4 years ago, and I hadn't met a soul in person. I had worked with Lisa Hansen, my mentor, on weekly calls for several years, but I'd never met anyone else in person. And I decided to go down to New Jersey by myself and meet them. And so, yeah, you know, a lot of being a coach is stepping out of your comfort zone. But one thing I have learned is that amazing things always await and always live outside the comfort zone. And so it was definitely hard to go to one of these first retreats by myself. But I met, you know, this picture over here was from that first retreat. I met these people and we were instantly friends. And honestly, I'm still laughing, you know, like my cheeks still hurt from how much we laughed together that weekend. You know, people who did, you know, many people who were new didn't know each other, other people who had known each other for years, just all coming together and learning together and just having a blast. And I just cannot imagine them not being in my life. So the thing I want you to know is that people need us. You know, as I'm recording this, we're still in the middle of COVID and everybody's lifestyle habits are a mess. People need us more than ever to help them dig themselves out of a hole and get back to living a healthy life. We know the value of how our health is so important. We need to be living our happiest, healthiest lives, and coaches have the power to help others do that by reaching out a hand and just inviting someone else to join you in a program. You have incredible power. So I thank you so much for being with me on this journey, whether we know each other on social media, whether we get together in person. Um, I'm just so blessed to share this journey with all the people that I do. And I am looking for other people to join my team so we can work together. So please reach out to me if you are at all curious about what this could look like for you. I would love to have a conversation, no obligation, of course. We will just chat about what this could look like for you. And I would love that. Okay. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.